Record. All right, now we are recording. So thank you so much, Al, for joining us and speaking on Team Volume. So a little about Al, for those who don't know him. Al is a one-star diamond. He is an Insanity Max 30 cast member. So we are looking at a celebrity. So we have a celebrity among us. I love it. Insanity instructor. He quit his job of 15 years to be a full-time coach just recently. I saw this and I was so excited for you. And an instructor. You worked for TV, right?
I used to work for ABC News. Yeah.
You worked where?
At ABC News.
Oh, wow. Okay. So yeah, so he left his job of 15 years to do, full-time Beachbody, and he is a big coffee lover.
Yes, I am.
Among, I have to go to one of your classes because I see you love torturing people. Like if they're not cursing at you, you're like, all right, I haven't done my job. So I definitely want to go take a class with Corey. We need to schedule that and see if I survive.
I recommend you do. It's funny. I always tell my students that I don't get paid unless you curse me out. So.
Wow.
I say that every single time.
So definitely we'll do that. So Al, thank you so much. Please enlighten us with all this Team Volume stuff.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate you having me on your call. I don't know about enlightening you guys, but I'm going to do my best to share what I know, what I've learned about Team Cycle Bonus. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen for you. Let's see if I can figure it out. And then you let me know if you see what I see. Okay. Do you see a thank you there?
Yes, we're good.
All right. Let's present this thing. Okay. So, coach placement strategies. So how do you grow your team Beachbody business? Coach placement, volume, all that stuff is really important. It's almost the basis of the business side of growing your business financially. So I know a lot of you guys are interested in figuring out the difference between, the ranks or the income and, which one should you go for and how do you actually do it and what does Team Cycle Bonus actually mean. And I'm going to cover all that stuff and more in this presentation. So some of these things might be reviewed for you, but I still think it's important to cover it just so we cover all our bases. So what are the ranks? We all know what the ranks are. The one thing I'll point out about this slide is that there is an actual difference between coach and active coach, and it just means that that person has a Shakeology order on HD or at least 50 PV on their account, making them active. And that's going to be important for when you want to hit certain ranks and increase the volume on your team. So that distinction is really important. And then beyond the diamond rank is the star diamond ranks. And this is where everybody wants to be. We all want to be star diamond coaches. So if you go into the back office, you can see what the qualifications are and what it takes to actually, get to and maintain a specific star diamond rank. So all the PVs you need increase as you rank up in star diamond ranks. So, and by the way, if I'm going too fast, Valentina, you can feel free to stop me. I am going to ask for questions at the end. So, if you have anything, you can write it down. But if at any point I go too fast, just let me know and I will slow down. So how do you get to Emerald? I think it's pretty easy. You have to have one coach on your left and one coach on your right. The fastest way to get to Emerald when you first when you first sign up is to have a family member or spouse as one of your first coaches. And this is great because you actually get to control their account. So, assuming that they don't work the business, you have control of another coach's account when you sign up somebody like a family member. And that can be done, honestly, it shouldn't take 30 days. It should take a week tops, because especially when you first become a coach, you have a huge hot market. You know a lot of people and ideally, a lot of people are going to be willing to help and support you on your journey when you're first beginning. So it's not going to be difficult to find people to speak to since you know so many people already. If you've been a coach for a while, it may become challenging once you get through your list and you speak to your family members, your coworkers, your friends, people at school or work. It becomes more challenging, but it's definitely doable. So what are the benefits of signing up somebody that to help make you an Emerald coach? Like I mentioned before, you get to control the business center, which is useful when you want to either achieve or maintain a certain rank. And so one of the best tips that I found on having a family member as a coach is that, and this is especially important if they don't want to work the business, when your family member signs up a customer on Shakeology HD, the commission they earn pays for their business fee, and they're actually pocketing about $15. So they're actually making money, and that helps. So it helps you so that you don't have to pay for their business fee. You don't have to technically buy Shakeology or anything else under your spouse's account, because the volume they need to be active is covered by that person's customer. So let's say, Valentina, you had your husband sign up or your boyfriend sign up as a coach, right? And he got a customer. That's all he would need to maintain his active status. Now, doing that, you don't have to pay for any Shakeology, and you don't have to pay for his business fee because he's getting commission. So just keep in mind that it has to be a customer, because when you sign up a coach, you get volume, you don't get commission. So just keep that in mind. So where do you place them? People ask all the time. I have a brother, and I don't know where to put him. My weak leg, strong leg. In the beginning, you want to place your family member. If it's for volume and bonuses, you want to place them on your weak leg. Because, for example, you can make purchases through their account, right? So let's say you sign up your husband, and then you've hit Success Club in your account. Now you can start working from their account to not only achieve all the benefits from hitting Success Club in their account, but also increase the volume on your weak leg, which is, that's the whole point of Team Cycle Bonus. Team Cycle Bonus is to increase the volume on your weak leg. But if you're on this call, I'm assuming that you're in this thing for the long term. And so if you do sign up a family member, you want to place them on your strong leg. And the reason why you want to do that is for things like diamond placement, right? So if you do have a family member on your strong leg, you can build that account to diamond, and then continue to benefit from all the volume that is being generated on that strong leg. And that definitely comes in handy when you want to start cycling in the future. So which one is best, weak leg or weak leg or strong leg? It really does depend on what your needs are. If you need more income quicker, you want to place your spouse on your weak leg. But like I said, if you're in it for the long haul, you really do want to place them on your strong leg and have them sit there. We're gonna talk about strategy and what to do when you have someone that's close to you on. It doesn't really matter which leg. If they're part of your team, we're going to talk about the strategy on how to maximize that position for you and for that person. So the benefits of being an Emerald is that you get to earn Team Cycle Bonus, right? You get $14 every time you cycle, and you're capped out at $250 of Team Cycle Bonus every week. So that's the most you can make in bonuses as an Emerald. You also get customer leads, and you get Success Club leads, which you have to qualify for. And a little while ago, they actually raised the qualification. So to qualify for Success Club leads, you have to hit Success Club 10. You have to be an Emerald. You have to have all your business fees paid, be a member of the club, Beachbody On Demand, and have a full and open bio on teambeachbody.com. So the next rank is Ruby. And it's pretty easy. To get to Ruby, you have to have the same thing as an Emerald. You have to have a coach on each side. You have to have an Emerald on each side, and as well as another coach on each side. And honestly, From my experience, I've been a coach for almost 4 years at the end of the year. Almost every coach who goes to hits diamond skips Ruby. Because if you're following the 4 vital behaviors, if you're inviting, a lot of people every day, then it just the way that it works out is that when people start to sign up, you'll never have exactly an emerald on your left and your right, and then another coach and another coach. You usually have a bunch of coaches on each side. And as soon as 2 of them hit emerald, you'll already have enough coaches to take you from you being an emerald coach to being a diamond coach. So most people tend to skip Ruby. But in case you do happen to hit Ruby, you get the same benefits as an emerald coach, and you get a pay raise. So now you're making $16 each time you cycle. And you can also earn more each week because you're Ruby. So you'll get $1,000. That's where you get maxed out at for team cycle bonus. And then some more fun begins when you start to earn a matching bonus. So what's a matching bonus? A matching bonus is when you have personally sponsored coaches who are also earning team cycle bonus. As a Ruby, you'll earn 5% of whatever any of your personally sponsored coaches are getting in their team cycle bonus. So for this example, if you have 10 coaches and as a total, altogether, they all earn $250 from their team cycle bonus, then, that's $2,500. They each earn $250. That's $2,500 in your organization. As their coach and as a Ruby, you'll earn 5% of that amount, which is $125. So that's pretty significant. So then as a diamond, all those numbers go up, right? So to be a diamond, you need an emerald and 3 coaches on your left leg, and then you need the same thing on your right leg. So also the amount of volume you need, personal volume goes up. And if you check back to the first slide, I think it's on there, but you will see that you also get a raise. You get $18 each time you cycle, and you're capped out at $2,000 a week. You still get the customer and success club leads, but you also get coach leads. A coach lead is basically when someone buys anything from the infomercial or TV or on the phone or on Beachbody's website. That's how a lead is created for us. The difference between a customer success club and a coach lead is that some people sign up immediately to become a coach. They're like, oh my God, I want all these products and I want a discount. I want to sign up to be a coach right away. Beachbody gives you those people as leads. And so you automatically get a coach in your organization just for you being a diamond coach. And now you also get 10% matching bonus. So if you have 10 coaches earning $1,000 each, in your organization, you have $10,000 being generated. You earn 10% of all that money. And for this example, that's $1,000. That's real money. That's $1,000. So it will start to add up. What the heck did I do? Do you see my face now? There we go. Okay. Boom. We're back. So what about going beyond diamond? So here's a quick here's a nice way of looking at it that I recently discovered. I've been speaking to some other coaches, and when I first became a coach, we didn't have all the training that you guys have now. So at the time, I was still working overnight, and what I did every single night was I went into the back office and I researched and I read. I'm an emerald. Like, my personality type is I'm a learner. I'm an emerald, so I read and I study, and I enjoyed actually doing all that stuff. So I went in there and I read everything. I clicked on every link and I tried to learn as much as I could. So there wasn't really, Beachbody did give us training, but it's nothing like the way you guys have it now. So you guys have a lot of YouTube videos and every team has their own training and coach basics. There really wasn't a coach basics when I first started. And so we had to learn everything. And being that you guys have so much information available to you, it's so much easier to like just avoid the mistakes that we all made when we first started, and just eliminate the busy work and just get to doing what actually works and what helps you advance your business. And so with that being said, I remember when it was like, oh my God, it's so hard to get to Emerald, and oh my God, Diamond is just like so far away, I can't even imagine it. Now, people hit Diamond in 2 months, maybe 3 months, And so the phrase, the way I heard it said was that Diamond is the new Emerald, and that 2-star is the new Diamond, because it's so easy now. If you just change your mindset, it really, really is so easy to get to Diamond. You know the people. It takes 12 people. Everybody here knows 12 people, right? And so it really is just a shift in your mindset to get to Diamond, and then you can start working on becoming a 2-star. And what happens when you become a 2-star is that you get to open up your second business center. So in the same way that you sign up a coach, opening up your second business center just means that you get to sign up yourself as a coach, which is great, because now you get to control another business center. And you get to work with that in terms of cycling and placing orders and increasing your volume. So that's the one thing. The other thing is that you get to be part of the bonus pool. So every quarter, Beachbody sets aside a certain percentage of all the volume, of all the income that's produced, and they split it in this big pool among 2 stars and above. So as a 2-star, you get to take part of that pool. So you'll earn a part of the commission in that pool. As a 5-star, you get to participate in both pools. So a 5-star gets part of the 5-star chunk and the 2-star chunk. If you're a 10-star, you'll get paid because you're a 10-star. You'll get paid because you're a 5-star and a 2-star. So you'll get more money as a bonus every quarter the higher in rank you go. Cool. So now, how do we get to these ranks? Like, how do I actually set up my coaches and my downline to actually grow my business? So this is how you set your preferred placement. There's a couple of ways to do it, and I'll show you the 2 ways that I know how. So you go into your back office, you sign in, you go to my downline and my graphical genealogy, and you'll see a screen like this. So this is my back office. So where the arrows are, you want to make sure you select you click where it says set preferred placement, and then make sure you select the actual left or right side. I think it might have a couple other options in there, like left week or right week or inside or something like that. Just set left or right, which is the easiest way to do it, and then make sure you click save. The way I actually like to do it is I actually go into my genealogy and I will click on the actual position that I want to place a specific coach when I'm first signing them up. So to do that, all you got to do is go to where you want to put them, click the position, and a little pop-up will show saying, do you want to set this user for placement? And you just click OK. And then they'll go from blue to red, which means that now whoever you sign up next, that's exactly where that person is going to go. So you want to be aware of this anytime you're signing up coaches, because it will help you to, place who you want where you want them. So if you know a coach wants to work this business, and you're in this thing for the long haul, you want to place them on a weak leg, because they're going to help to increase the volume that you're getting on that weak leg, so it can catch up to the strong leg and you can start to cycle more. So if you've ever been confused about the left or right, inside or out, you can go ahead and touch your screen and hit the easy button, because I'm going to try my best to explain and just kind of make it easy for you guys to understand. I know when I first started, that whole left-right business was kind of confusing to me. So you're at the top of your organization, right? And this is the same for everybody. You have an outside leg, and here you have Martha and Donna, and everybody has the outside of their right leg. So you have an outside of your left, and you have an outside of your right leg, right? And you also have an inside leg. So for you, you have Tyler on the inside of your right leg and the empty spot on the inside of your left leg. So it's your job to never, never, ever, ever place anybody on the inside of your leg where Tyler is. Because it's what we've always been taught from everybody above us. And so no one's doing it. And because no one's doing it, no one is ever going to see volume. So if I were to place a coach under Tyler, then I know I'm not supposed to because no one else is. So anybody above me knows not to put anybody in there. So Tyler will never see volume coming in from any of the other coaches because no one's going to put anybody in there. So we all know to put coaches on the outside edge of either your left or your right. So you might say, well, how the heck did Tyler get there, right? If you didn't put him there, why is he there? Good question. I'm going to explain that. So you have personally sponsored coaches in the blue circle, and Amy has her personally sponsored coaches in the pink circle. Tyler's there because Amy's his coach, right? So although it looks like Tyler is on the inside of your right leg, he is, right? But technically, because Amy sponsored him, he's really just on the outside of her leg. So he's in a great spot because Amy sponsored him and he's on the outside of her leg. So he's technically in both spots, but really we're going to refer to him as being on the outside of Amy's left leg. So that's how that works. I hope that clarified a little bit. I will pause now if you have any questions, but I think I explained it pretty good. If you've ever had any questions, and again, you can go back to the recording and listen to it again, and I'll take questions at the end. But if you just follow these tips, you should be okay. So regardless of which leg you're placing your coaches on, just make sure that they're on the outside edge, never on the inside leg. And then just also be mindful of where your preferred placement is set to when you enroll new coaches, because it's going to make a difference in how fast your organization will grow, or how much team cycle you can actually earn, based on whether you're putting a strong coach or a weaker coach on a strong or weak leg. And you'll never really know. Somebody might say, I can't wait to get started, and they never do anything. And vice versa. You might say, this guy has no interest and ends up being the next star diamond coach on your team. You just never know. So you're going to kind of try to do your best. And if you have a good feeling about somebody, put them on a weak leg. That's the best thing that I would do. So like I said, whenever possible, like I just said, place your stronger coaches on your weak leg, place weaker coaches on your strong leg, and that's important for growing your business and continuing to grow your volume. Cool. So the fun part, how do we earn actual money? Like, show me the green, right? There's two ways. You can earn the sales commission, or you can have residual income and team cycle bonus, matching bonus, and I can never say it. Subscription commission is basically the money you get from the Beachbody On Demand. So those are the most popular ways. And residual income is what we're looking for, because you don't want to have to sell challenge packs for the rest of your life. Like, that's not what this is about. This is how we start, but eventually, many years down the line, you want to have residual income. You want to be able to, hey, I don't feel like working today, and that's okay, because you're making a nice 5 or 6 figure, residual income weekly, even, monthly, it'll be great. But if you can do it 5 figures weekly, that's doable. I know personally plenty of coaches who have hit that goal. So it can definitely be done. So speaking about that, this is the weekly team cycle earnings that you can earn at each rank. So on the left, you'll see the rank, and in the middle, you'll see how much you're allowed to earn at that rank. So at some point, it's going to be good for you to actually increase your rank so that you can start to earn more money. And I'll show you when and how in a few more slides. It'll be interesting. So 13-star diamond. So this is just on average. What I want you to notice here is the 2 pink arrows, the team bonus and the matching bonus. Team bonus is like $5,500. And by the way, guys, this is weekly, right? That means that this coach has a huge team. She's a 13-star diamond. And, her team is working. They're selling challenge packs. They're selling Shakeology. And they're connecting with their with their clients, right? They're connecting with the challengers, and they're helping a lot of people, you know? And then just to not overlook the retail commission, $525, you know, that's a lot. You know, that shows that this coach is really working, and she's working really hard, because, you know, $525 of challenge pack sales is very significant, you know, but also so is that team bonus, right? So she's growing her team. She's connected to them. She's connected to their teams, to her team's why, and she knows how to help them and lead them. And that only comes from connecting to yourself, to your own why, and sharing that with other people. It doesn't happen by accident, you know? And so for that week, she made over $6,500, you know? I know people who make less than that in a month or two. So keep that in mind. But we're not all 13-star diamonds, right? So what about a 5-star? It's more realistic. It's more attainable in the foreseeable future. But again, you know, this coach made almost $850 in team cycle bonus. And she's also busting her ass, you know? $576 in retail commission is very significant, you know? So including the subscription and the matching bonus, she's made over $1,500 in a week. Like, if I had that, guys, I'd be smiling from ear to ear, because it's significant. It really does count for a lot. But like I said, it doesn't happen by accident. You have to put in the work. That's really the only way. I don't know if you caught my screensaver. I'm a firm believer in the law of attraction, but the quote said that the law of attraction only works if you do, right? And so you can wish and want and hope and pray all you want, but you have to also put in the work. That's the only way that these numbers actually happen. So the 5-star diamond bonus pool. So like I mentioned before, you know, when you hit 5-star, every quarter, Beachbody will send you a commission for you being that rank, right? And so as a 5-star, you get to participate in both the 5-star and the 2-star pool. So every quarter, this coach, you know, would get $2,700 just for being 5-star, you know. And as more coaches hit that level, the numbers will also go up. You know, so it's not going to be oversaturated with like 50,000 5-stars and like everyone gets $1, because the more 5-stars there are, you know, the more sales there'll be, because that's how they got there, right? The more team volume there's going to be. So the more coaches hit that level, the bigger the pool will get. And so the more money that people will start getting. But you have to actually hit that rank, right? That's how some coaches are, you know, 15-star getting $40,000 bonuses every quarter, because they qualify for each of the pools. So an Emerald coach, we're not all 13 stars or 5 stars, you know. Most likely we will all start, obviously we'll all start at least an Emerald coach. So there's no team cycle bonus, there's no matching bonus, there's no subscription commission. But look at how much they're making in retail commission, almost $430. You know, so I'm hoping that you see a trend that says, even if you don't have a team yet, even if you don't have a downline who's helping you produce volume, you can still work hard. There's no substitute for hard work. And so you can still earn a great income, right? If I sold $430 worth of challenge packs this week, I will be one happy camper, because that's important. That means I'm helping people. You know, that means I'm actually fulfilling my passion, and my goal in life is to help people. I didn't quit my job for 15 years, you know, to sit on the couch and watch TV. You know, I want to make a difference. And $430 is a huge reflection of how many lives, you know, this person is changing. So there's just no substitute for hard work. That's kind of what I want to show you with these slides, is that, yeah, there's income here, but it doesn't just fall on your lap, you know. And so this Emerald coach maybe isn't, you know, producing that much in teams in income with challenge pack sales, but they're still working, right? They're still getting, they have a small team. They have a small team, and they're making some team cycle bonus, you know, but at the end of the day, or in this case, at the end of the week, it's still $220, you know. That's significant. You know, I can surely use $220. So how do we actually get all that income? So I'm going to show you a few strategies that I've learned that if you actually employ it and actually do it, they're going to work for you, you know? But just remember that hard work is part of the equation. So there's two ways to grow your business. You can focus on rank or you can focus on volume, right? And not that one is right or wrong, but let's take a look at each one of those two. So how do you earn prestige? How do you earn accolades, and how do you earn, you know, people's respect and admiration? You focus on rank, right? So in this case, this diamond coach has a strong left leg, right? All those pink coaches there are not your personally sponsored coach, but they're on your strong leg. And on your right side, you have no coaches. So no coaches means no volume. So yeah, you know, you're a diamond, but as we all know, just because you hit diamond doesn't mean that the sky opens up and money starts to fall into your lap. It just doesn't work that way. I wish it did, but it just doesn't work that way. So yes, you get the accolades, you get the medals, you get the recognition, you know, you're on stage, you have all these cool things, but your bank account is empty. You know, and if you're on this call, I have a strong feeling that you want to have some income so you can make a difference in your life, in your family's life, and anybody else's life, you know, because hey, I'm a diamond, so I don't have to pay rent today, right? Like, that doesn't pay the bills. So that's the first side. How do you maximize your income? These are the strategies you want to use for actual financial success. You want to focus on volume. So in this case, even though this person is an emerald, they're really building their team. They have the same amount of, you know, of coaches on their strong leg, which is not their own coaches, but they also have just as many personally sponsored coaches on their right leg. And more coaches means more volume. And if you remember, our goal is, yeah, we want to make immediate income by selling challenge packs and Shakeology, but the ultimate goal is to have residual income so that you don't have to, you know, sell challenge packs for the rest of your life. You want to continue to make money even while you sleep. That's residual income. I can go on vacation right now and come back 2 weeks later, and I'm still making money. I'm still getting the bills paid, and I'm still making a difference, right? But I don't have to be physically actually selling anything. That's residual income. And you get that by increasing your volume, by growing your team, by signing up more coaches, because more coaches equals more volume. So how does all this cycling stuff work? How does volume create income? Let's see if I can help you guys figure this thing out. So we all know emeralds get $14 each time you cycle. Rubies get 16 and diamonds get 18. What does that even mean? So in this example here, what the computer does, the Beachbody computer will take, it's a 300-point system, right? So it'll take 200 team volume, from the side with the most volume. It'll take 200 from the side that has the most volume, and it'll take 100 from the side with the less volume, right? And every time it does that, that's a cycle, right? So if you're a diamond, you just got paid $18. Just simple as that. So now if you're paying attention, you'll see that you started off with 540 TV. It took away 200. Now you're left with 340 TV, right? And the computer does this automatically. So now, you know, being that you have 340 left, it'll just do it again. If there's 200 to take out, it's going to take it out. And if there's 100 to take out from the other side, it's going to take it out. Now you've cycled twice. So you just got another 16 or 14, 16 or $18, depending on your rank. So when it can't take out any, 200 anymore, it stops cycling. So for this case, this coach cycled twice. And depending on your rank, you would get $28, $32, or $36. It's that simple. That's how team cycle bonus or team cycles and the actual volume translates into actual dollars. That's how that works. So how do you increase your volume and your team cycle bonus? You build your volume on your weak leg, and you do that by placing strong coaches on your weak leg, and placing non-working coaches on your strong leg. And like I said, having a really good interview, not necessarily an interview process, but just, we're in the people business, right? So getting to know people, getting to know your coaches, actually liking them and learning about who they are, learning about their tendencies and learning about what they like or dislike, just learning about who they are as a person is going to give you a really good idea about where their mind is and about whether or not you think they might be a good coach. And you find that out by being their friend, and you speak to them and you ask them and you share with them, hey, look, this is what I'm doing. Do you think that maybe it's something that you might be interested in? You know, it really depends. Everybody's different. They might say yes, they might say no, they might say not now, but you don't know unless you ask, and you don't know unless you get to know them. So how do you know if a coach is going to be a strong coach or not? You get to know that person. You just find out what they like. Find out if it's something that they might be interested in. And it's not for everybody. Coaching is not for everybody. But if they do decide that it is, and they have a knack for being, you know, successful and helping people, helping themselves and sharing, then, you know, they could be a strong coach on your team. So, you know, just something to keep in mind when you're placing your coaches. So when you max out your compensation plan, which basically just means earning the most you can for that rank. So if you're a diamond coach, the most you can earn in team cycle bonus is $2,000. So the idea is that you continue to place all your coaches on your left or right leg until you're making that amount in team cycle bonus, right? And once you do that, then you can go and try to increase your rank, right? And then you just repeat that process until you can't make any more money in team cycle bonus at that rank. Because after you hit that amount, you stop earning that money. You just won't get paid. So let's talk about permission versus reality, what that means and why we need both. So your rank is basically just the permission you have to earn a specific amount of money in team cycle bonus. So meaning you can earn $2,000 a week as a diamond. You know, you're a diamond, and that's the most you can earn in team cycle bonus. But you're not going to unless you have the volume. The volume is the actual quantity of your earnings. So even though you're a diamond, you're not going to earn $2,000 a week unless you have the volume to back it up. So that's what I just mentioned in terms of placing all your coaches until you actually start to cycle at $2,000 a week. And then once you do, you can then focus on increasing your rank, because increasing your rank, now that you're, let's say, a 2-star, now you got permission, now you're allowed to earn even more money each week. So once you hit that rank, you go back and focus on placing more coaches until you maxed out as much as you can make each week at that rank, and just keep doing it over and over again. So we're near the end. So just to review what I covered, we talked about the ranks and their benefits. We spoke about setting your preferred placement, the 2 different ways to do that, the different ways to build your organization, right? Focusing on your coaches, focusing on volume, the strategies you used for increasing your volume and in your income. And I explained cycling the best way that I could. So I hope that this was helpful. There's a thank you that you saw earlier. That is the end of the presentation. So if you do have any questions, I'm gonna stop sharing my screen here and unmute yourselves and let me know if you have anything you want me to clarify.
That was really good. The one thing that, remember what we discussed with Gabby, was that the only way, like just to clarify too, like with my example where my husband is on my weak leg and I need, you know, to build that volume, like I can place in that inside leg of his because it's still going to generate volume for like both him and myself, correct? You understand what I'm saying about the inside? Remember about with the inside leg that we were discussing with Gabby? Like that was the one thing, like unless it's because like she said that she did the same thing with Jorge's account, like she would put them on that inside, but she's like only with him because it's still going to him. And you know,
right. When it's that situation, if he were his own coach, well, I'll rephrase it. He's your coach basically. So it's okay that you're signing up, you know, under you, a coach, and you're going to physically place that person under his weak leg. That's okay. That's okay because it's you, right? You know, and you're building his leg, so that's totally fine. You know, that person will not get support from him, the coach, his coach. But if he were just doing his own thing, but it's you, and you know that you're actually focused on putting people there to help grow that leg, that's cool. You can totally.
Right. Corey, you have any questions? Anybody? I know I had something else that I came up before.
No, I don't have any. I pretty much went over volume like crazy a couple months ago just to really understand it and just to see exactly. My main thing and what I was really confused about before was pinpointing exactly where the volume points were coming from. So each week as you bring on new people and the old people are there, just understanding like what week you would have a specific number of volume, where it was coming from, so that you can kind of strategically build upon that. And this is just for customers who stay on or your existing coaches. Like I noticed that because there would be some weeks where, my paycheck is great with me either recruiting, and then there would be some weeks where I didn't recruit anyone for that week or the week before, I should say, and I would still get a good paycheck. So I'm just like, all right, well, where did this come from? So just understanding where that was coming from, or who was generating that volume for me, just helped me to understand. Like, does that make sense?
Yeah, it totally does. I mean, I experienced the same thing. And it comes from either your customers or your coaches. Because I know, the same thing. Like I won't get a huge paycheck, let's say the third week of the month. And that's just part of it is because my trend for me would be I'm not signing anybody up in that third week. You know what I mean? Right. So 2 or 3 months down the line, that third week is like bone dry. Sometimes you can't really control when people are going to actually sign up. Right. Sometimes you can, but I think just going into your back office and really just clicking on everyone's name, looking at when their orders are going out. You want to keep like a spreadsheet of, who orders when, first week, second week, third week, or whatever.
Right. Yep.
And you can start to track that, and you can start to see a trend and notice when people are going to, either have their stuff shipped out or your coaches are going to be producing volume. Right. You can kind of track that and say, okay, maybe I should start promoting something, 2 weeks at a time.
So that it can fall in that week where you don't have anyone. So that's what I've started to do. I started tracking that just so that I can have all of my weeks covered in a way.
Right.
And building on those weeks where like I fall short, like you said, like, if I sign up a ton of people like in the first 2 weeks, but then my last 2 weeks is kind of dry, then I try to kind of focus more on the last 2 weeks for the following month, so that with every month that goes on, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I kind of compound on that every month. Yeah. But you can't control when people are going to sign up.
Right. I mean, the quickest way I can think of is just to start promoting your stuff at different times, and then just be consistent with it.
Right.
And you should start seeing a slight change in when people are actually enrolling. But you can't really control, because people, the way psychology works is that people want to start fresh. First day, today's October 1st or whatever. So they're gonna order it whenever they do to start on that day. But I think as your team grows, all those things will kind of fill in naturally. All those gaps will fill in.
Right.
But it just takes time, like almost everything else.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
That's all I had. I don't know where Valentina ran off to.
I don't know. She left.
Just focusing on recruiting. That's just the biggest thing.
Yeah, it's really important to recruit. It's almost it's how you grow your team. Exactly. I know we have that new Vital process now, which I think I looked at it a couple of times, and it's basically just great coaches come from great challengers. And
right.
So, if you start your challenges off right, and you guide them Right. And eventually, hopefully they'll end up being great coaches too.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of my I should say all of my coaches come from my challengers. I rarely get anyone that wants to come in and just work the business. It's always from my challenge groups. Like, when I talk to them during like the recruiting phase, like I let them know, the options of being a coach, being a challenger, and I let them know what coaching is about. So from there, I can gauge exactly where their mindset is just on how they respond to me describing that. But then once again, it comes from me just having a good challenge group because, I planted the seed with the phone call and now they're actually seeing results and they're having a good time with it. So they end up becoming working coaches. I think the biggest thing is just a lot of people have the misconception of the amount of work that goes into it. So you just have to find people that are willing to put in the work as well.
Yeah, I know. For me, I was scared to tell people how much work. Like, I would never say it's easy, but I would also never say this is all the work you have to do. And now it's just one of the first things I say.
Yeah, you have to.
It's not gonna be. It's not gonna be easy. You're gonna have to work hard.
Yeah, you have to, because they come in thinking it's a quick fix or I could just get people and then I just walk away.
Right.
But it's so many different layers to it. Like you said, like it's fun, but it's work. Like it's just like anything in life that you have to work at. So, yeah, I don't give them that fairy tale.
Right.
Sorry about that. Sorry, Mateo has growing pains. We're having like the nightmare, like the nighttime growing pains, like at night. He's usually like, he's 5. So I guess at that time they go through growth spurts and he feels it like in his legs. His dad, who's like 6 feet, he said that he would wake up screaming. Like as a child, he remembers like when I guess his legs are stretching and the bones stretching.
Oh my God.
Yeah. They normally, like kids don't, like they say they grow at a slow rate, but I guess when kids are taller, they tend to be taller. But he's feeling it, man. Oh my God, this poor child. He's like screaming. He's like, like right on his shins and his knees, like behind the knee, his thigh, all of that. But no, what I wanted you to tell Corey too, that she's on the line, was about like that. It just blew my mind, Corey, because I was like, wow, all this time, like both you and I, we've been chasing rank. And I'm like, volume, we have that strong leg. And then, Al's like, he mentions, Jason Deebloats. And I'm like, oh yeah, when I enrolled, I remember him like mentioning me and putting me on leaderboards. And I'm like, who is this guy? Right. And Al was like, wait, you're from like the Jason Deebloats lineage? And I'm like, what? So please, like, explain from that. That's basically like Al was like, listen, you got to work this. Who cares about rank? Who cares about this and that? Like, work the freaking business, work the numbers, work strategically if you want to build your bank, as opposed to volume. I mean, as opposed to rank and all these accolades, which they're nice. Yeah. But like I love how you said in your presentation, oh yeah, I'm a diamond. Diamond's not going to pay my rent, like, or star diamond. Let's go for star diamond. Star diamond is not going to pay my rent. At least make it to diamond where where they're making the $18 team cycle bonus. But please explain like Jason Deebloats and what call you were on. I don't know what it was that you were on and he shared.
It was a while back. It was a little more complicated and it has to be visual because he had a lot of slides, but it really just builds on what I was just saying. In terms of so when you open up your second business center, you're able to sign up yourself. And the whole idea is that you continue to stack they call stacking your business, which just means that you're going to sign up yourself and place yourself on your weak leg. And then you take that business center to 2-star and you repeat the process and you keep stacking the business centers under yourself. You sign yourself up under yourself again and again and again. And you keep selling all of your challenge packs through the last business center, because you know how you get, I think it's what, 40 45 TV for every, let's say, 21-day fix. So you get 45 team volume, right? You sell it, and you get commission, right? If someone on your team sells it, you get that team volume of 45 points, right? And then it starts to build up and you get paid team cycle bonus on it. So the idea is that if you sell 21-day fix under your third business center as yourself, you're going to get commission from it because you sold it, but you're also going to get team cycle bonus 3 times on it, because the team cycle bonus rolls up to your second business center. That cycles, right, because you're a diamond. And then that bonus rolls up again to your first business center because that cycles as a diamond. And to the original, which is you're the original you, will continue to see all that volume. So you're going to get paid like 3 or 4 times on that one challenge pack sale, because, you know, instead of making, what is it, $40 on selling 21-day fix, you can make like 80 or 75 or whatever it is, because you get the commission, right? And then you get 3 team cycle bonuses. So 3 diamonds, let's say 3 diamonds. Let's say 2, 4, 6, let's say average $60, maybe what, 52? 52 team cycle bonus plus 40 is $92 for one 21-day fix versus 40 and 1 team cycle bonus maybe. So that was just the idea behind stacking your businesses. And that's why it's important to sign up a relative on your weak leg, because you can start doing that with them immediately. And so, you know, once they hit diamond, you're going to use all the volume on that strong leg to just keep doing that. So you're going to sign up people on their weak leg, knowing that they already have a strong leg. So now you can start building your spouse's weak leg all by yourself, knowing that all that volume is already there on the strong leg. That's why you want them on your strong leg, because you have the volume already. So you're a diamond, you sign up your husband on your strong leg, make him a diamond, then build his weak leg so you can match all the volume on your strong leg, right? Get yourself to 2-star, place yourself on your weak leg, the new you on your weak leg. Now you have your husband on your strong leg, plus he's diamond, plus all the volume on that side. You sign up yourself on your weak leg. It's like you have 2 strong legs, because you're continuing to build. You build it, get it to 2-star, and then you build on that weak leg. So you're building strong legs after strong legs after strong legs, and it just fills itself in. And that's why so many successful, not even successful, all these coaches you've never heard of are millionaires, and you're like, why? They're only 5-star, they're only 9-star, 10-star. That's because they don't care about rank. I don't want to be on stage for being a 15-star. I want to be on stage for being a millionaire. And that's because they did what I just told you. They keep stacking their businesses, selling 1 challenge pack from the bottom, all the volume goes up, and they get paid 4 times on 1 challenge pack sale. So where to place them and how to do it, he explains that in the video. I don't remember it, but that's the gist of it. And that's how you give yourself a real raise, because instead of making whatever it is, 23%, you can get paid like 39% on 1 sale or some craziness. I don't know what it is. You know how we get 25% commission? Mm-hmm. Doing it that way, you get like 39% commission.
Okay.
Especially like what Gabby was talking about, that she made like, what was it, like $70 on, I forgot. Yeah, I was like, what? That's crazy. To make 70, that I was like, wow, that's smart. So she's stacking. But I told Gabby, and I'm biting myself in the butt for that big one, by the way. Corey knows. But when I originally enrolled, that I was an emerald, I didn't place my people for me. Carolina did, because I didn't care, and I was like, here, do it. I gave her my social, I gave her my mom's social, I gave her everything. Here, just do it. And she placed my mom on my strong leg, which I got to thank her for that. But then I didn't know all of this. That account lost. And after the call with you guys, I was like, okay, let me go look in that volume, that account, that, you know, and that was like averaging about 1,200, you know, team volume points a week, and it's done. So now, like, all the people that are now on that strong leg, on that right leg, the volume is like nothing. And I'm like, oh my God. When I told Gabby, she's like, are you kidding me, Tina? And I'm like, I wish I was, but I didn't know this. Like I would have, yeah.
And it's okay. It really is okay because
As long as now my coaches know it, and that's why I wanted to have this call. I was like, hey, you know.
yeah, but just it's great that you know, and now you can actually get to doing what matters. You know.
Absolutely.
The one thing I was gonna point out was that not Gabby. I think Gabby's one of them. Audrey, and I can't remember her name. Melanie Mitro, and maybe more. I'm almost certain. Maybe Anita Meyer. I don't know who else.
You know who that Brittany Powers, I think, because she's like 5-star, 5 or 7-star.
Right.
And
what I'm saying is that they have no upline support.
Yeah. Oh, the ones that have like no upline support. Right.
All these top coaches have nobody above them placing coaches to help build that strong leg. They're doing it themselves.
Right.
And Gabby is one of the best examples because look at where she is, and she did it all by herself.
Yeah, she was she's an inside leg, right?
Yeah, I think she's an inside leg. Either that or her coach is not around.
Yeah, right. That's what happened.
She's doing it by herself.
Right.
So it can be done.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Let me get to work. I hope you noticed that trend.
I did. No, and the tracking too. Because I did notice that too. Like I'll have a week where it's that 1 week where it's like,
right.
Oh my God! I'm like, really? But had it not been for my bonus, I'm okay. Like I'm decent, you know. But yeah, I just I don't want to go through that, and I need that residual income. So I'm being smart about it and being strategic in terms of that. And I'm like, you know what? The rank will come, but I need to build at least to that $3,000 a week bonus, and then from there move on to to the next.
Right. That's a lot of people's goal, you know.
Yeah. Corey, you have that same crazy like right leg volume, no?
Say that over.
You have that right leg volume, the help.
Yeah. Yes. Super high.
Super high. I'm on the right leg though, right?
Yep.
See? She's like, damn it, Valentina's on my right leg.
I gotta build my left. It's an ongoing battle, but
yes, the battle of the left.
Yeah. Yep. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna get ready to wind down. Thank you so much, Al.